What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So I just finished watching the final episode of The Last of Us. My reaction is over on my YouTube memberships. Got a few new members over there, so shout out to you guys. If you guys are new here and you don't know, I've got 2 levels of memberships over there. Level 1 is for $2.99. You get priority replies from me, special polls and live streams. Level 2 is for $4.99, and for $4.99 you're going to get everything that level 1 has. Plus, you're going to get all of my reactions to all of the shows that I may watch, like this one and a bunch of other ones that I have over there. Any movies that I may watch, and all of my uncut Try Not to Laughs. So a lot of you guys know that I did not finish playing The Last of Us. I started playing it, and I believe I was almost halfway through, and then I didn't play anymore because the game got deleted. But it's like after the brothers, Henry and his brother, like I don't know anything after that. I didn't even get to that part in the game. So this episode kind of had me in my feelings. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know how the game ends, so I don't know if this ended properly or not. I do plan on playing the game again and finishing it at some point. But where do I begin? So this episode starts with us seeing Ellie's mom. And she's very pregnant and in labor with Ellie, and she's running away from this zombie. She ends up getting to this house, and her water is broken. She's in labor. She's about to have this baby at any point. She finally gets all the way up the stairs. She tries to protect herself. She has a pocket knife. And of course, the zombie comes up, breaks the door down, comes at her. She kills the zombie, but the zombie bit her. At this point, um, Ellie is now being born. Like as soon as she killed the zombie, the baby's crying. She gave birth and didn't even know it. She realized that she got bit, and then she cut the umbilical cord. Marlene shows up with 2 of her guys outside looking for her. And of course, now we understand, well, I understand a bit more why Marlene is so protective over her, because her and Ellie's mom were best friends. They known each other all their lives. And so when Ellie was born, she was there, and she had to kill Ellie's mom because she was infected. She wasn't going to be around. And so she told Marlene to go find her someone, but she lied to her and told her that she cut the umbilical cord before she got bit, which wasn't the truth. Which is probably, in my opinion, why she's immune. Because she literally, like, was born right after she got bit. But I guess it didn't go far enough to where it could affect her as a baby. So Marlene had to do what she had to do. She killed her, took her off. And then, of course, after all this time, then you see Ellie sitting on the truck, you know, just kind of thinking. And I don't know, maybe she was thinking about her mom, maybe not. But, excuse me. So she's very quiet as her and Joel are making their way through to get to this hospital. And, you know, they're having a conversation, and they're going through, you know, all these little buildings or whatever. And they come across this building that looks like it was under construction. And they find a ladder, and he gives her a boost to get the ladder down. All of a sudden, she like throws the ladder, runs off, and it just so happens that she came across a giraffe. And so they're having a moment where they're feeding the giraffe. But before that, he kind of questioned her and noticed that she was extra quiet, which she was. She was very quiet. And so as they're walking, they see, like, I guess a family of giraffes in what looks like what used to be like a baseball field. So from there, they weren't too far from the hospital. So they're walking through this area, this what looked like a military first aid area, and they're talking, and at one point they sit down for a moment, and he's telling her that he was in one of these huts one day when he tried to off himself after his daughter died. And that's when he told her that the guy who missed was him. Like, he tried to off himself or whatever. And so they had a moment where she says, I guess time heals all wounds. And he's like crying, and he looks at her. He was like, it wasn't time. And I got in my feelings at that moment, because he's looking at her and she understood what he said. It wasn't time that healed the wound. It was her. Ellie helped him heal. That was the first moment that had me in my feelings. And so they went on. They got bombed by these military dudes, which ended up being fireflies. So they ended up getting to the hospital. And Marlene is there because they knocked him out. They took her. They're finally at the place that they're supposed to be. Nobody told her any details. So Ellie doesn't know why they want her there. They just feel like she's going to save people's lives or whatever. So Marlene breaks it down that she is supposed to be having brain surgery to, I guess, take out the cordyceps or the blood or whatever, multiply it, and give it to everybody and just help everybody heal type of thing. And he's like, you take me to her now. Like, he doesn't want to be apart from her. So now she's ordering her guys to take him to the highway. If he tries anything, shoot him. But they didn't even let him say goodbye. Nothing. I'm sitting here like, I know that this is not how it ends. So before that, when they're feeding the giraffes, and when they were feeding the giraffe, and they were kind of like overlooking this family of giraffes, they're having a conversation where Ellie is telling him, like, look, I know you're trying to look out for me and everything, because he's like, at this point, he's growing so close to her that he clearly doesn't want to lose her. So he's giving her an option. He's giving her an out, like, yo, you don't have to do this. We can go to Tommy, start a new life. She's like, well, she was like, I know you're trying to look out for me. She was like, but basically we got to finish what we start. And when she said to him, when we're done, I'll follow you wherever you go. And it was like a pause. And that got me in my feelings. And I was like, ugh. So there's that. Yeah. So anyway, past all that, Marlene's goons are taking him to the thing. Now, I see what he's doing. Like, he's looking at everything. He's reading stuff. He's trying to figure out where Ellie is. Soon as they got through the stairwell, he knocks one of the dudes, shoots him, takes the gun, shooting the other guy, kills both of them, and now he's on a full-blown rampage looking for Ellie. And in that moment, I felt like he went straight into father mode. He is a dad, lost his daughter, he wasn't able to save her. He's going to save Ellie by any means. He got her where she was supposed to go, but he doesn't like what they're going to do with her. Selfishly, he wants to take her away. He doesn't want them to do anything to her. She may or may not wake up. He'll lose another person that he cares for, right? So he is literally going on full-blown, like, Rambo mode. Like, he is killing every and anybody that comes his way. Finally, he gets to the surgical room, and he's looking at her, and he's like, unplug her. To the surgeon. He's like, how'd you get in here? And the surgeon went to go get something. He was like, unplug her. And he shot him in the head. He's like, unplug her. Like, he was calm in a wild, crazy way. And so he took her. He went down to the garage. There was a car there, and Marlene was there. And Marlene, I was like, oh, Marlene is going to kill him. She's going to kill him. This is where it's going to end. It didn't. So we see him holding Ellie, who is still under anesthesia. And she's like, we can still find a way even after everything you've done. Then the scene switches to him being in the car that was in the garage. Then we hear a noise. Ellie's in the back seat. I said, oh, he killed Marlene. He killed her. So then he's talking to Ellie, and he's lying to her, like straight up lying. She was like, all I remember is the fireflies, what happened. And he's just like, they found other people who were just like you. You know, they didn't need anybody else. They're not looking anymore. Like, he straight up lied to her. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope she never finds out. So he ended up shooting Marlene. And then he saw that she was still alive. So he went to her, and she was like, just let me go. He was like, nah, you'll only come looking for her, and shot her again. So Ellie didn't have any clothes but a gown on. And she's like, is Marlene okay? And he didn't answer. So she knows that Marlene is not okay. She's done. So now they're walking. She's got clothes. They're heading to Tommy's, what I'm assuming, because they're driving and they're heading into Wyoming. And so they're walking. And she's like quiet. And he's talking about his daughter. And I feel like, man, like, what if she would have been able to help people? And he just kind of took that away. Like, he selfishly kept her alive and kept her to himself. And I guess wants to kind of give her a better life where Tommy is, so they can just live, you know, peaceful in a sense. So they finally get to this cliff where they can see, you know, the area that they're going to where Tommy is. And she's basically asking him, like, she told him what happened in the mall. And she's like, first it's her, and it's Tess, and all these other people. He's like, hey, you got to keep going, you know, like, he's giving her a pep talk. So then she's asking him, promise me that what you said about the fireflies, what happened to the fireflies, was true. And he straight up looked at her in the face and promised her. And that was it. And I was like, man, like, he is really lying to her. So that's where it ended. There was no post-credit scene or anything like that. So I enjoyed this season. I'm hoping that they come out with another one. But I think they did a great job. Even me, considering that I didn't play the game entirely, I enjoyed the way that they played this out. Like, every episode, you know, I definitely wasn't bored. It kept my interest. I wanted to know what was going to happen next. I really enjoyed watching Ellie and Joel's relationship unfold, and I enjoyed their interaction and watching them get closer over time. And I'm like secretly hoping that he adopts her as his daughter or something, because, you know, they're close. But then again, you know, those of you who had played the game, you guys know how it all ends. So I don't know. But I'm assuming that hopefully this is like a setup for another season. Hopefully. I'm sure that there is a lot. I know a lot of people were very much against The Last of Us Part 2. I don't know if they're going to try to bring that in as a second season. I definitely didn't play that at all. I feel like I probably won't care to play it. I feel like I'm just going to play the first one and just enjoy that. And I enjoyed this very much. You know, the whole banter with them, telling the crazy jokes, them helping each other, saving each other. You know, the fact that she helped him heal emotional wounds, and, you know, he's been like a father figure, and she's made him feel, he's made her feel like there's somebody there who cares about me and I care about them, you know, and we see that they get to a point where they will stop at nothing to save each other, you know, and I really enjoyed to see that unfold. So 5 out of 5 Toodles. 5 out of 5. Um, I wish there was more episodes, honestly, because I haven't gotten tired of watching them. Um, but this is just my opinion. Again, this is just me watching this, not playing the game in its entirety, just me watching the series and just seeing how everything unfolded. Like, I definitely enjoyed every moment, every episode. I really do hope that they come back for a second season. So leave your comments down below. Let me know if you enjoyed the finale of The Last of Us. Let me know if you enjoyed my review. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I think they did a pretty good job with the characters that they did have in there, in the very beginning, you know, with the whole leader of the Fireflies and Marlene and, you know, Tommy. And you had a lot of um, up and down moments in this season where, you know, it made you emotional, made you laugh, made you, you know, maybe upset, or you know, it just, this really grabbed different parts of your heartstrings, and I really did appreciate that. So leave your comments down below and let me know. And if you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel, hit like, share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.